Namaste everyone. Welcome to Pari style poem. Today we are going to see summary of a beautiful poem, named, When I Set Out for Lyonnesse. I thank all the visible and invisible fingers which supported to develop, Pari style poem. Today in the series of summaries we are going to see the summary of, When I Set Out for Lyonnesse. When I Set Out for Lyonnesse. By Thomas Hardy. Where there is will there is will. If someone wants to do wonders, one can if it is in will. Same happens with the poet. Thomas Hardy once visited a parish to supervise the restoration of a church. Today we are going to see a short summary of When I Set Out for Lyonnesse. It is a poem about a young novice architect. Who is the poet? Lyonnesse, in Arthurian legend, is the mythical birthplace of Sir Tristram, in England, believed to have been submerged by the sea, here an imaginary place. One day, his work takes him to a parish. The church is being restored, so the poet has to supervise this procedure. The poem tells us about his experience during his visit to Lyonnesse. The visit is so invigorating that he cannot forget it. When I Set Out for Lyonnesse. By Thomas Hardy. He is bearing up under the pressure of some external forces. There are 3 stanzas, and in each stanza first and second lines are repeated. The poem states that he breezes in with a different man, and after his return, something inside him changes. It is not just the poet who can notice this, but everyone around him notices this change. A new glow in the poet's eyes is brought about to them. Moreover, they saw a piece of paper that is sticking out of his pocket. That paper contains the draft of a poem. Thus, it tells us how a single visit brings so many changes in the poet's life. He feels that it is a new experience for him, and he has never felt like this before. He leaves for the parish all alone on a very cold evening. 1,000 miles journey starts with a step. So does the poet. He left for the parish and sets his life on a change. The parish is 100 miles away. The foliage is covered with frost. The stars guided his lonesome path. Thus the beginning is cold and with less hope for the poet. He had to stay at the parish for some time. In that short period at the parish, he finds something happening to him, something that is like an inner change which is sudden and unexpected. At the start of his journey no one could think of such a change in him. No prophet or wizard could have guessed the happening there. This change does not happen at a drop of a hat. It is gradual and started with his idea of journey. At last, after finishing his work, when the poet returns from the parish, everyone notices a glow in his eyes. They notice radiance. They see the change, but they don't speak a word. However, they are impressed by the rare and deep glow of his eyes and radiance. All in all, we see how the poet goes through a major change in his life when he was least expecting it. Thus, it is true that miracles do happen. Moreover, no one can predict their happening. The poem is a very insightful piece of work that tells us how things happen to us when we least expect them, and that no matter what we plan, there is another plan for us by God which no one can predict. The theme of spiritual benefit of visiting some place also can be seen in the poem. There are many figures of speech like anaphora, refrain, alliteration. You can stop the video to know more about the figures of speech. Some figures of speech like refrain and alliteration can be seen here. Apart from these, there is symbolism used. Like starlight is used to symbolize hope. Magic and radiance are used to highlight love. You can stop the video to know more about the figures of speech. Thank you to all children for watching. Supported me to develop. I hope you understand the summary.